What if success is not something you chase, but something that is already waiting for you, standing at your door, knocking every single morning, and the only reason it has not walked inside yet is because you never believed you deserved to open that door? What if the universe, God, and every force of nature has already written your name on the seat of greatness, but your own doubts, your own fears, your own small thinking is blocking the entrance? What if I told you that the most powerful human beings who ever walked this earth, the ones who built empires from nothing, who rose from poverty to prosperity, who turned their dreams into dynasties, they did not wait for success to come and prove itself first. They acted as if success had already arrived. They dressed like it. They spoke like it. They breathed like it every single day until the universe had no choice but to deliver exactly what they believed. This is not motivation. This is not a pep talk. This is an ancient secret, a psychological weapon so powerful that once you understand it today, you will never think small again. Stay with me because what comes next will completely change how you see yourself forever. What if the only distance between where you are standing right now and where you have always dreamed of being is not money, not time, not opportunity, not talent, not connections, but simply the way your mind is thinking at this very second? What if everything you have ever wanted, every dream you have ever whispered to yourself in the darkness of your room, every goal you have written and forgotten, every vision you have seen for your life is already prepared for you, already packaged, already labeled with your name, and the only thing blocking its delivery is the signal your mind is sending to the universe every single day? This is not poetry. This is not fantasy. This is a principle so deeply rooted in the science of the human mind and the laws of nature that it has produced kings from commoners, millionaires from the desperate, and legends from the forgotten. The principle is this: you must act as if success is already expecting you, not hoping it will come, not wishing it might arrive, not praying it chooses you someday, but acting, moving, breathing, thinking, and deciding as if success has already made its reservation in your life and is simply waiting for you to show up and claim the seat. The human mind is the most extraordinary instrument ever created in the history of existence. It does not understand the difference between what is real and what is vividly imagined and emotionally believed. When you feed your mind a picture of failure, it accepts that picture as truth and begins organizing your behavior, your words, your decisions, your energy around that picture of failure. But when you feed your mind a picture of success, a burning, vivid, emotionally charged picture of the person you are becoming, your mind begins to organize everything around that picture of success instead. This is not magic. This is the documented, proven, undeniable science of human psychology, and it is the greatest discovery a person can ever make about themselves. Consider what happens to a man who wakes up every morning believing that nothing will ever work for him. He walks differently. He speaks differently. He shakes hands differently. He makes decisions differently. His entire body, his entire energy, his entire personality communicates defeat before he ever opens his mouth. And the world responds to him accordingly. Doors close. Opportunities pass. People look through him rather than at him, not because the world is cruel, but because he has instructed the world through every signal his mind and body are sending to treat him as a man who does not expect to win. Now consider the man who walks into the same room having made a decision, a firm, unshakable, burning decision that he is already successful. He does not have the title yet. He does not have the money yet. He does not have the recognition yet. But he has made the decision internally, so powerfully and so completely that his body carries that decision in every step. He stands taller. He speaks with certainty. He listens with confidence. He makes decisions without paralysis. He pursues opportunities without apology. And the world, which is simply a mirror reflecting back what you project, begins to treat him as the successful man he has decided to become. This is not luck. This is the law of mental attitude operating at its highest level. Your thoughts are not simply ideas floating around in your head. Your thoughts are instructions. They are commands sent to your subconscious mind, which is the most powerful engine ever placed inside a human being. Your subconscious mind does not argue with you. It does not question you. It does not debate whether your instructions are realistic or unrealistic. It simply executes. It takes whatever you give it through repetition and emotion, and it goes to work building the reality that matches those instructions. This is why two people can start in the exact same circumstances and end up in completely different places. One of them gave their subconscious mind instructions for success. The other gave their subconscious mind instructions for survival. And both minds did exactly what they were told. The principle of autosuggestion, which is the deliberate, conscious, repeated feeding of success thoughts into your own subconscious mind, is one of the most powerful tools a human being has ever been given. And most people are using it in reverse. They are auto-suggesting failure without even realizing it. Every time you say, "I am not good enough," every time you say, "I could never do that," every time you say, "People like me do not succeed," you are pressing the record button on your subconscious mind and recording a message of defeat that plays on repeat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, shaping every decision you make, every opportunity you pursue, and every result you produce. But you have the power right now, in this moment, to change the recording. You have the power to press delete and start recording a new message. A message that says, "I am built for greatness. I am equal to this challenge. Success is not a possibility for me, it is an inevitability." The men and women throughout history who achieved what the world called impossible did not begin with perfect conditions. They did not begin with the right resources. They did not begin with guarantees or certainties or visible proof that their dream would work. They began with one thing that everything else was built upon. They began with a definiteness of purpose so powerful, so clear, so consuming, that failure simply could not find a place to live inside their mind. They knew exactly what they wanted. They knew why they wanted it with a depth of emotion that burned through every obstacle like fire through paper. And they refused, with every fiber of their being, to accept any thought, any person, or any circumstance that contradicted the picture they had built in their mind of the life they were going to live. A burning desire is the difference between a person who achieves and a person who merely dreams. A wish is something soft and comfortable. A wish sits on a sofa and waits to see if conditions improve before it decides to act. But a burning desire is something altogether different. A burning desire is relentless. It gets up before the sun rises. It works when others rest. It studies when others are entertained. It moves forward when others retreat. It does not require perfect conditions because it creates its own conditions. A burning desire is the engine that makes the law of success operate at full speed, and without it, all the knowledge in the world remains nothing more than information collecting dust on a shelf. Now, the environment you place yourself in every single day is either accelerating your success or quietly suffocating it, and most people are completely unaware of this truth. You cannot consistently spend your time with people who think small, speak doubt, celebrate mediocrity, and mock ambition, and still expect your mind to maintain the high vibration of achievement it requires to act as if success is expecting you. The minds around you are constantly influencing your mind whether you are aware of it or not. This is not philosophy. This is neuroscience. The human brain contains what scientists call mirror neurons, which literally copy and absorb the mental states, emotional patterns, and behavioral tendencies of the people around you. When you surround yourself with people who believe deeply in possibility, who have set great goals, who pursue excellence without apology, your own mind begins to absorb that energy and mirror it back into your own life. This is why deliberately choosing your inner circle is not arrogance. It is strategy. It is perhaps the most important decision you will ever make in the pursuit of your goals. Self-confidence is not something you wait to feel. Self-confidence is something you build through deliberate action and deliberate thought. Every single morning when you rise, you have a choice about the first instruction you give your mind. Most people give their mind the same instruction they gave it yesterday, which was designed by fear, shaped by old memories, and narrated by other people's opinions about what is possible for their life. But the person who has decided to act as if success is already expecting them gives themselves a completely different instruction. They stand before the mirror of their own mind, and they speak to themselves the way a champion speaks before a great battle. Not with arrogance, not with blindness to reality, but with a calm, unwavering, deeply rooted certainty that they are capable, they are worthy, they are ready, and they will not stop. Faith is not a religious concept reserved for churches and temples alone. Faith in the context of achievement is a mental state. It is the absolute certainty in the mind that a thing will come to pass even when you cannot yet see it, touch it, or prove it to anyone else. Faith at this level is the most productive state the human mind can ever occupy, because when your mind operates from a state of deep faith in your own success, it unlocks creative faculties, instincts, intuitions, and ideas that are completely invisible to the mind operating from fear and doubt. The greatest breakthroughs in human history were not achieved by people who had all the answers before they started. They were achieved by people who had enough faith to start before they had all the answers, and who trusted that the answers would arrive as they moved forward. Every morning is a new contract between you and your future. When you wake up and the very first thought your mind reaches for is the vision of the successful, purposeful, disciplined, extraordinary person you are becoming, you are signing that contract with power. You are telling every cell in your body, every neuron in your brain, every force available to a human being that today is a day of progress, a day of creation, a day of moving closer to the life that success has already prepared and is waiting to hand to you. And when you live this way, not for one day, not for 1 week, but consistently, relentlessly, passionately, day after day, something begins to happen that cannot be fully explained by logic alone. The world begins to rearrange itself around your belief. Opportunities appear that were invisible before. People arrive in your life who carry exactly what you need. Doors open that you never even knew existed. Not because fate decided to be kind, but because you aligned yourself so completely with the frequency of success that success had no choice but to find you. Act as if success is already expecting you, because it is. It always has been. The only question that has ever existed is whether you will believe it enough to show up and claim it. You came into this world with something extraordinary already placed inside you. A purpose, a capacity, a potential so vast that no human measurement can fully calculate it. But potential without activation is just a seed sitting in a closed hand that never touches the soil. The activation key has been given to you today. It is the decision to act as if success is already expecting you. Not tomorrow, not when conditions improve, not when fear disappears. Right now, with what you have, from where you are. The moment you make this decision with your full heart and your full mind, you become a different kind of human being. You become the kind of person who does not wait for the world to confirm your greatness before you begin expressing it. And when you become that person, the world will have absolutely no choice but to confirm what you already knew. You are not reading or watching this by accident. This moment found you because you are ready. Go forward with faith. Go forward with fire. Go forward with the absolute certainty that everything you have ever wanted is waiting for you just beyond the edge of your greatest fear. The world needs what only you can bring. Go claim it. Good luck, and may every step you take from this moment forward be a step closer to the magnificent life that has always had your name on it. Thank you from the deepest part of this message to you for giving your time, your attention, and your open heart to these words today. Time is the most valuable thing a human being possesses, and the fact that you invested it here tells me something powerful about the kind of person you are and the kind of future you are building. Keep going. Never stop. And remember, success is not just possible for you, it is expecting you.